Y'all ain't finished. Y'all ain't finished. Make sure you come ready to go this next week. How about those?
Are you ready for the best Kansas City Chiefs insight? Welcome to the Four Guys in a Bar podcast, presented by Chiefs Blitz and sponsored by Eric Haynes with the Eric Haynes Group. If you're looking for a real estate expert, call Eric Haynes today at 816-729-3785. That's 816-729-3785. Now, here is your Chiefs Blitz host, Nick Athan, with Lou Montagna, Andre Tillman, and Hense Todd.
Welcome back to another edition of Four Guys in a Bar, presented by ChiefsBlitz.com. I am your host, Nick Athan, alongside Mr. Hense Todd with Bowtie Sports, my partner in crime on this amazing journey we've had. Rivers Q's almost done. I'm not sure what we're gonna get on you about if you finally get that finished. But hey, before we get started, let's talk about a couple of our sponsors. We got a big show today, including Chiefs Who. Excited about that. All right, first up, we're going to talk about my very good friend, Mr. Eric Haynes with the Eric Haynes Real Estate Group. If you are looking for someone who can help you buy or sell a house, there's nobody better than Eric Haynes. He will walk you through the entire process. He will make sure when you're selling your house, you get top dollar. And if you're buying a house, you get the best price possible with all the perks that you want to make sure that your experience is good and it's exactly what you want. So give him a call today at 816-729-3785, or you can email him at esaleskc@gmail.com.
Proud sponsor of Chief Who.
Yes, indeed. Another proud sponsor is my incredible, amazing wife, Emily Athan. If you're looking for flexible health coverage, give her a call today at 913-215-9086. Whether you're self-employed, an individual, business owner, or part of a family, she's got access to a nationwide plan that can certainly probably save you money and give you much better coverage. So even if you just want a free consult to review your current plan, maybe you're in a COBRA situation and you're looking for new coverage, give her a call today at 913-215-9086.
Emily.
Nikki loves Emily.
I'm not going to deny it.
Emily.
It's truth.
Emily.
It's truth.
Emily.
It's truth.
Emily.
All right, gentlemen. The other two members of the team, senior member Lou Montagna and Coach Andre Tillman. Coach Dre, appreciate you guys coming on. It's Wednesday. Before we get started, it is also 9/11, and there's been a lot of talk about that this morning. Obviously, so that we can never forget, and it's important. It was a day that, unfortunately, we all lived through in some form or fashion. For me, it was very personal. I did lose some friends in the Twin Towers. The worst part was having to explain to my then 4-year-old son why the planes hit the towers. So I've never forgotten it. To the men and women who lost their lives, to those first responders, second responders, and all the responders thereafter who helped as many people as possible, you will forever have a place in my heart.
No, mine was solace for everybody that lost someone on that day.
Yes,
absolutely. Yeah, it's a tough day. I mean, absolutely surreal. I mean, you had a couple other spots. There was a place, right. I can't remember the exact name of the town, but south of here in Pittsburgh, around Pittsburgh, the Capitol. So it was just a truly surreal, sitting at work and you start hearing murmurs in some of the other cubes and people seeing things online. And was it a hoax? Was it, there's a lot of just kind of not knowing, how to handle it. Then next thing somebody finally turns the TV on and, oh my God, this is real. This is really happening. So checking in with your loved ones and so forth. I didn't lose anybody there. I had a friend that was working on the other side of the river in New Jersey, and just they kind of had a front row seat to the whole thing, which would make it even somehow worse.
Yeah.
I mean, it was good the way the country pulled together, and I thought President Bush handled things in a very mature way, a very responsible way, and just was a true leader. You know, I mean, we didn't quite know if he had it in him, but
we learned a lot.
He did such a great job, and then ultimately after that first pitch in Yankee Stadium, I'll never forget that either. Where
that was
from the mound, hummed it in there, and just
he did it. It was Shanksville, Pennsylvania. That was the town. That did
it was a small play, but again, it just just unfortunate that you had to go through that sort of historical day, but so prayers to everybody that lost someone.
Prayers to everybody. So we're back. It is officially Bengals week. What was officially Bengals week Sunday. Joe Burrow and his compadres will be heading into Arrowhead on Sunday for a 4:25 kickoff, I believe. Jim Nance and Tony Romo will have
sir.
PBS and Paramount. Thank goodness.
Exactly who we want.
They are the best of the best. I love them both. I can listen to them any day of the week.
Before we get into that, let's give congratulations to Mr. Juju Smith-Schuster.
Oh yeah, Juju.
He got engaged. To his fiance. Soon to be wife. We congratulate them. Send a shout out to them. Chiefs Blitz to you guys. Hope you guys have a happily marriage, and they probably have the biggest marriage on TikTok.
They probably will have the largest TikTok marriage ever.
It's the largest. I'll just say, probably a big turnout. What you think, Coach?
Yeah. Show some excitement there, man. Come on,
right.
Wake up.
Yeah.
We started the show, Coach.
Hey,
so basically, I'm all with the whole wedding deal, man. You get on there, you went from TikTok dancing, now you're TikToking with your knees down, proposing. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that, my man. There's nothing wrong with it. Big ups to you, player, for getting married. You earned it. Seems
like he's been around forever. He's still only 28 years old, and
he does, doesn't he?
Comes to Kansas City, another big move in his life.
TikTok gets away on the yacht and got married. Man.
That looks like that's there was a picture of a lighthouse, so I'm thinking that's probably East Coast somewhere.
Huge is winning.
He is winning, and he gets to play with Patrick Mahomes again, and he gets to go for another Super Bowl ring.
Yeah.
So I love it. No, congrats to him.
Oh yeah, most definitely, man.
Yeah, but before we get into the next, we got to introduce Lou. That is Lou at the bottom of the corner. It is Coach Dre. We didn't introduce him before the show. We went straight into 9/11. So
I thought I did.
Well, yeah,
he did. I seen this right here. I
did it.
I seen it right there. Yeah.
It was quick. It was fast in a hurry.
That's how we.
All right, I'll slow down.
Just like how the Bengals going to score fast.
For those that think I speak too fast.
Hense is just giving the bottom row its just due.
The bottom row.
I want to see that Sunday.
Not bottom in our hearts. Look at the cube, man. Look at that. It's almost all gone.
Hey, listen, man. But it's not finished though. You didn't show me progress. It took that man 4 months with this damn cube, and it's
you know what? There's a video of a guy who was on. There's a video of a guy who was on America's Got Talent, who is a Rubik's Cube machine. And check it out, because it's the most incredible video of anybody I've seen. He can basically put a Rubik's Cube together in like 15 seconds. And it's
15 seconds, huh?
Well, let's go look at it this way: is if he ever does get that thing straight, we're gonna lose like 80% of our content.
I know. That's what I told him. I don't know what we're gonna do.
I don't know what the hell's gonna happen.
You
if
be like,
he ever does get
the world gonna stop. I'll tell you that. The world's gonna stop.
Yeah.
But look at the question of the day, guys. We put out there how many, it's Bengals week. How many sacks will Chris Jones have? And the people have voted. So here's what the people have said. A lot of people said 2. I put it at the bottom. I said I chose other. I was that 7% that said other. I said, hey, Chris Jones gonna have 6 sacks on back out.
He's not having now. I say 2.5. 2.5. You're not getting 6 on JB. You're not getting on 6 on JB, man.
He gonna break Derek Thomas' record on Sunday. That's
2.5. That offensive line is not good, but it isn't that bad. It's not that bad. It's not.
The offensive line is solid now. It is a solid line.
Might get him on that defensive player of the week list. But I think if he gets 2, I think that's pretty good. I think especially if one's a closer like he did in the championship game. It's not so much how many you get, but when you get them.
I'll tell you what, though, guys. Looking at the game, when I watched the game with the Patriots, with the Bengals, I ain't seen no hiccups on that offense for real. It was just ball handle, and that was it. What I did see though was this: the Chiefs can gash the Bengals on their defensive front. They can gash them if they choose to be patient. They can gash them. They can run the ball all day. They can. That's the key to see with the Bengals. You can run the ball now. It's early, but you can run the ball against the Bengals now. But are they patient enough to do that, though? Will the Chiefs be patient enough to do that?
Why wouldn't they?
I'm just saying. Because Chiefs got too many options, though. Chiefs got too many options. I mean, do they want to stick with the run all day?
No, that's not the point. You take with it. You script the first 15 plays. You see how the defense reacts, and then you play out the rest of the game. And I think they all saw the film where the Patriots gashed him for 165 rushing yards,
about 120 something.
Okay, well, whatever it was,
170 was the number.
Okay, 170. So 170 yards.
No about it. It's 170.
And that was stacked the box a lot.
So I get that too, but
in an NFL game, that is huge.
It is.
So the question of the day, guys, put in the chat: how many sacks that Chris Jones is going to have on Sunday against back out, aka Joe Burrow?
I'm gonna say 0.1.
It's
going to be an assisted sack. It's going to be an assisted
sack. That's 0.5. That's a half.
2. No, assisted sack. Assisted.
Okay, I'm gonna go 2. I'm gonna go 2.
That's reasonable.
I said 6.
Paul Lorenz agrees with me. Paul, you're the man. He gets 2 sacks too.
Paul said 2 sacks. Lou, how about you, Lou?
Yeah, I think I may have dabbled in the poll question there with a 2, so I'm going to stick with 2.
2 sacks. That's cool.
Yeah.
How many touchdowns would Bowden give up?
Well,
how many big plays would Bowden give up? I'm just saying, you're right. My bad.
How do you count? How are you? So you're talking specifically in pass coverage, or how do you quantify that he specifically gave up that play?
In pass coverage. Do you trust Bowden?
Do you trust any cornerback or linebacker to cover a guy for 9 seconds?
Not Bowden. Tranquil, I can't.
Again,
I like
every game brings in different matchups. Now, I'm not saying that Cincinnati would never try to take advantage of that matchup, but typically when Joe's throwing it, he's going outside, outside of the receivers. In this case, Jamar Chase. Occasionally, the tight end.
You got Andre, number 80. Look out for number 80, man. Sunday, man.
Mixon used to make a few catches here or there. I don't know if Zach Moss is quite that receiver. Maybe you get a little bit more Chase Brown, but I don't know that you're going to see Bolton in coverage as much as you did against the Ravens. That just I think that they went after that. Now, if the Bengals choose to do that, it would be a little off script for them. Just as the Chiefs running the ball 70, like 50% of the time would be completely off script. They're not going to take the ball out of Patrick's hands. I don't care what the score is or how much they're gashing him. He's going to throw the ball. So, as far as Bolton's concerned, I mean, he is what he is. I mean, he's a communicator. He's a thumper. He gets the guys lined up. He can go sideline to sideline in most cases. His weakness is in pass coverage, and fortunately, the way the Chiefs play, he doesn't necessarily get thrown in that position a lot. So he just happened to last week.
So with that being stated, the Bengals play spread anyway. They're gonna spread them out anyway. And I was telling Mango before the show is now we're gonna test the DBs. Now we're gonna test the DBs and see what we have right now, because they're not gonna play I formation. They're gonna play shotgun. They're gonna spread them out. So we're gonna see, can they cover? This is the test. And I said that last week. I said Lamar Jackson to me doesn't have the IQ of Joe Burrow or the IQ of any of the better pocket quarterbacks that strategically break down.
Yeah, his quarterback IQ is limited, and he hasn't practiced. Just FYI, he has not practiced this week at all. Yeah. He got beat up pretty good in that game, and You know, that's why
we talked about it after the game. I mean, 16 carries. It just does. It's not happening. I mean, I don't know if it was on one of the shows. Maybe it was Nick Wright, but he was going through the carries. I think he said Cam did it once in his career.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Vick never did it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they threw in one other running quarterback, and it was such a small number of quarterbacks in the NFL carrying the ball 16 times. I think it was basically Lamar, and he's done it like 5 or 10 times.
Yeah.
I mean, it just is such, kind of skewed way in his direction. But yeah, I mean, it's just, it's untenable. If you're getting popped or you're seeking contact, you're going to get hit. I mean, those are like car wrecks, and to come back right away and try to do it again the following week, it's going to be nearly impossible. But I'm not going to go that far as say he has a limited IQ. I would never put that on somebody. He's an NFL quarterback. He's a starter. He's been MVP of the league a couple of times. I mean, I think he knows how to play football, and maybe he doesn't have the accuracy of Joe Burrow. I think we can agree on that.
Yeah,
but in terms of just football IQ, I wouldn't go that far.
No, the reason why I say this, it's like looking at these two guys like strategically breaking down defense on the side of the ball. I would be more afraid of JB than Lamar. The reason why people spread Lamar because of his legs.
Right.
Like he's breaking down. Look at his throwing motion, his cadence. He doesn't really sit in that pocket and really deliver the ball. It's like he uses his legs a whole lot more. He think I see open field, I'm going to take off. Now, I'm not saying he can't throw the ball, but a guy like Burrow is going to sit there and redirect that defense.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Those are physical things, the mental part of it. Maybe they give Joe a little bit more freedom to make changes, at the line of scrimmage and that sort of thing. We don't know. I think they do. I can't tell just from watching, but I think Joe is in that class. Mm-hmm. But I'm not going to say that, Lamar has a limited.
I mean, I'm not gonna say like he don't know football. I'm just saying like on a more of a like as far as the mental level, I think JB got him beat on that as far as the mental level. Yeah, that's it. Like it's like saying Peyton Manning over Aaron Rodgers. Like Aaron Rodgers is good, but he don't have the mind of Peyton Manning.
Well, I think
not a lot of quarterbacks.
I'm not going to say that. I think both of those guys are equally, upstairs. I think just Rodgers would be more physically gifted, and the way he threw the ball. I mean, Peyton would be the first one to admit to you that he threw a lot of ducks, right? I mean, it wasn't always like a pretty thing, but it was always going to the right spot,
right?
So that doesn't necessarily say that he is like mentally ahead of say an Aaron Rodgers, because I'm guessing a lot of that offense in Green Bay and a lot of the offense that he's running in the Jets is basically him deciding what's happening on the other side and then checking to that kind of play. So I would say they're a little bit more on par than.
I'll say, let me ask you this, Lou. Who would you fear though? Prime Rodgers or prime Peyton?
Both. I mean, seriously. I mean, Rodgers. I think Rodgers, just from a physical standpoint, getting out and moving a little bit more, that's going to be a little bit different than Peyton, who's just going to be in the pocket. So either one of them, is going to be right there. I would say, no question.
I got you. Go ahead, Bo. Next topic, sir.
Up next is the, we talking about the, Super Bowl that's going to be in New Orleans, hoping that, the Kansas City Chiefs, and we know that Kansas City Chiefs will be there, facing the Green Bay Packers or somebody else we know. Nick, make sure you are unmuted, sir. Well, with that said, we got Kendrick Lamar that's going to be, hosting a halftime show. A lot of people, saying Lil Wayne should be doing it. A lot of people are saying, they upset about that. What you think about this, Coach?
Nah, it's earned. Kendrick, like right now, Kendrick Lamar is the guy of this generation right now. Wayne had this time a long time ago. Wayne didn't fell off a little bit. Not saying he still got it, but he's not as big as he was 10 years ago. Lamar's popping right now. He got the number one song in the nation right now. He's popping, man. This is his time. Why not bring the biggest star to the Super Bowl? Why not do it? It's his time. It's his era. It's the aura now. Let Lamar do it. I mean, let Kendrick do it, man. Kendrick Lamar do it. It's over.
Yeah.
There's no other guy right now is it's hotter than Kendrick Lamar right now.
No, there isn't. I guess the piece of it is you're looking at somebody that is from that area that now the Super Bowl's in his backyard. Let's get him. And I'm sure Kendrick is probably. It's just like players looking at historical figures in the sport and having respect for them, and maybe they paved the way for me. Maybe I should give him an opportunity in his hometown to come on stage and do some things. So yeah, I mean, the Super Bowl, it's the NFL. How many eyeballs? I mean, it's just some ridiculous number. You want to get somebody out there that's popular, but then also you go back to LA where they kind of did more of a retrospective, and you had that whole crew of Dr. Dre and Snoop and Eminem and all the others that did perform in that stage that day. So it's different ways of looking at it, and maybe they did the nostalgia thing, so now they want to come back to a more as you said, a hot poppin' performer.
Take to the hot pocket.
But yeah, I would like to see some other New Orleans flavor. I said it last show. Let's get Trombone Shorty out there, man.
Hey, Trombone Shorty.
There's going to be a lot of music. Yeah. There's going to be a lot of great artists down there performing. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And Kendrick strikes me as that kind of guy that has
absolutely
for different things. So I think he's going to try to incorporate some local flavor into it, since I mean it's not the birthplace of jazz, but I mean it's a pretty
good place.
Lou like that funk.
It's a hotbed, right?
That's right.
So when I'm looking at it, he's gonna have some live music, so he probably have like some jazz mix on
Hell, the basketball team used to be the New Orleans Jazz.
New Orleans Jazz. Pistol Pete Maravich.
Pete. Yeah, man. Yeah, I feel you.
So I feel like he's gonna put his own spin on it. And
I think he is.
He may bring out Lil Wayne. You never know. He probably
people gotta calm down and relax, because you don't know what the Super Bowl halftime show is gonna be like. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Lamar is gonna bring out that Louisiana home cooked flavor.
Yeah.
To it. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to. You have to bring it, so.
Well, Virginia thinks it's going to be boring, so that's her take.
Virginia, you got to be patient, lady. You got to be patient, man.
Virginia. Right, here's your question. Name a song, Lou, of Kendrick Lamar.
Throw me an alternative, or who you think it should be. And not saying that, they're completely right, but, who would you rather see?
I think the layup would have been.
I'm not really a hip hop guy. I guess if my son was here, I mean, he's Kendrick Lamar. He'd be rattling off a bunch of them. As a matter of fact, I think he just sent me a link to a Kendrick song the other day, and I haven't gotten yet. So I don't have one for you right now, Virginia.
There you go. I mean, Taylor Swift would have been an obvious choice.
Bingo, not one song. I see. Here's the thing, though, man. Like, people really got.
But that's not the point. Maybe that's just it. Maybe you want to be exposed to things that you're not that aware of. Open your mind to different kinds of music.
Yeah,
no, absolutely. You kind of do what you got to do, and you everybody has different interests. I'm a 70s, 80s guy. That's just me.
Ain't no wrong with that, though.
There ain't no wrong with that. It's one guy that he should be the Super Bowl halftime show, and that's Mr. Eric Haynes.
Wow,
they want to see his face on the stage at all times. What you got to say about this, Nick?
He's just gonna come out and strike a pose.
You muted, Nick. You muted, Nick.
Oh, there we go. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Look at that. Yeah, I'm having some issues here. Anyway, talking about my good friend, Mr. Eric Haynes, with the Eric Haynes Group. If you're looking for a trusted real estate advisor, someone who can walk you through the process of buying or selling a house in the greater Kansas City metropolitan area, give Eric Haynes a call at 816-729-3785. He will make sure that he gets the best price for your house that you're selling and the best price when you're buying a house. Nobody I trust more. So give Eric Haynes a call today, 816-729-3785, or you can email him at esaleskc@gmail.com.
Proud sponsor of Chief Who?
Absolutely. Proud sponsor of Chiefs Who. And another proud sponsor is my incredible wife, Emily Athan. If you are looking for someone who can help you navigate the health coverage waters, there's nobody better than my wife, Emily. Give her a call today at 215-9086. Get a custom quote. Doesn't matter if you're looking for an individual plan, self-employed, group plan, makes no difference. Give her a call today, 913-215-9086.
Emily.
Nikki Love.
Emily.
Nikki Love.
Emily.
We gotta be on the same token when we say that, man. Everybody off beat. We gotta be in the same accord, man. Same accord, player.
Well, yeah, if you're just gonna sit there and not sing, then sure. I wouldn't. Okay. Be Mr. Critic on the sideline. Come on. How about we talk?
Hey, you ain't lying. Hey, Lou ain't lying. Lou said,
how
"Well,
about
you
we
gonna
participate?"
You gonna say you gonna sit there and not say nothing? I mean, of course you gonna say that. Yeah, but I got you, player. I got you.
So we got what we got up.
Can't
next.
please everybody. I would say that to the folks out there. Everybody's going to have their favorites or whatever. I get that. It's a show. Enjoy it. If you like music, go for it. If you don't like it afterwards, then you don't like it. But hey, open up your mind, listen to other things. Like
Michael Jackson made people pass. See, Michael Jackson by himself was already an aura by himself, man. I don't think people ain't watched the show because they passed out. That's how great Mike was. He stepped on that platform. People was paying tickets mad as hell because they passed out. They went right back to the second half. They missed the whole halftime show because it was the aura of Michael Jackson. It was the aura. It's different, man.
Yeah, but a lot of people, they want to see something different. I kind of understand where everybody's coming from. But there
can only be one, right?
It only can be one to do it, but it's only one that actually can do it. Is they can copy his game, but they can't have the game. And
oh my God, I wasn't even looking at my watch. Let's go. You know what time it is. Hensley, strike up the band. Here we go. Week 2 of the regular season of Chief Who. Our man Kareem was the big winner last week. I don't see him in the comments yet. Maybe he'll chime in the next few seconds. But here we go. Week 2. Kareem won. Everybody else just watching. Here we go. First clue. This Chief holds a major NCAA FBS record. That's the football bowl series. I don't know. I mean, the top of the top, right? Clue. Kareem is here. Okay, so clue number 2. This Chief was freshman of the year in his conference. Freshman of the year. And as if we are of the same mind, Kareem does it once again. We're 2 clues in, and bang.
Damn, he already 2-0. He already 2-0, man.
Najee P. Ryan, yes.
Damn.
He has the NCAA record, 427 yards rushing in a game. 427 yards in a game as a freshman. He was freshman of the year, 2014, the Big 12. Also a second team All-American that year. Very strong dude. Max bench 440, squatting 540, all in college. 2 cousins playing in the NFL. LaMichael, of course, with the same last name, played in Florida, and Miles Jack, the linebacker at UCLA, linebacker and running back. And then he played with 2 former number 1 overall picks, Baker at OU and Joe Burrow with the Bengals. So there you have it. Thanks for showing up, everyone.
That's probably the quickest game ever.
Kareem, just I don't know. It's as if I'm feeding him the answers.
Ruben, you ain't too tired. Ruben, you ain't too tired. You ain't too tired. He's on point.
He was playing possum all summer. He was just baiting everyone.
He did.
That was Chiefs Who brought to you by Mr. Eric Haynes. Kareem has stole the game once again. Lou is 0-2 versus Kareem. So, hey, we're going to see what he have next week. Hey, guys. Hey, I like this game. I thought it would last a little longer, but it didn't because Mr. Kareem himself is coming to take the show. So, before we get into that, let's go ahead and get into our topic of the day. You know what I mean? The Chiefs defense. Let's first look up. We're going to talk about Mr. Watson himself. What do y'all think about Watson? The game he had, the look at it, as cornerback number 2. What do what y'all looking for him to come up this year? He did have a good game last week. He didn't get beat or anything like that. So what you got to say about this, Lou?
I like Jaylen a lot. He proved a lot his rookie year. Has improved. I mean, coming off a little bit of an injury, so maybe his summer didn't go quite as expected. Wasn't immediately named the cornerback number 2. Is that a big thing in this defense where primarily you're going to have 3 guys playing? So you got T-Cuffs, you got Jaylen Watson, you've got Joshua Williams, and you can put them in any order. Trent's always going to be the number 1 because he is T-Cuffs. But I think Jaylen's going to continue to improve, continue to grow, and I think he's going to be a really good pro as things go on. We'll see. I mean, you've got this week specifically, you're going to have Jamar Chase. Will McDuffie travel with him? Will they switch it up? Will they, try to give him different looks? If Sneed was here, they'd probably have him traveling. I don't think it's a commentary so much on cuffs as far as that happens. It's more just to give them different looks. So, I like Jaylen a lot. I always thought he'd be one of the top 3.
Go ahead, Jerk.
We'll see Sunday. We'll see Sunday. We will see Sunday because
analysis. Yeah.
Hey, we'll see Sunday because I want to see what the eyes. I'm talking about, Lou. What the eyes can see. The eyes can see. Now that's Lamar, and he don't throw the ball as much as Joe do. So I want to see what your boy gonna do against the Bengals. Now, that's gonna tell me a lot about Mr. Watson over here. It's gonna tell me a lot because he's gonna work Watson Sunday. So we definitely going to see who Watson is. And that's my take on that one, man.
Well,
eyes can see, man.
That's if they give him the time to do it. That's the problem. Okay. How much time are they going to give him to throw? What's the Chiefs pass rush? What's Steve Spagnuolo going to throw at him based on what happened in week 1?
Because you need that pass rush.
You need a pass rush. And with Watson, listen, I trust Spags. If he thinks this is the number 2, he's the number 2. He's the second best option behind McDuffie. And I don't think you can look at it any other way than saying, hey, he is that guy now. Is he Sneed? No. But that's what they have McDuffie for. He can play the Sneed role. And then all Watson has to do is kind of play like McDuffie has the last couple of years. Just lock up the other side of the field. So, they have other cornerbacks that are kind of in the process, is still learning, got some young guys. I think they're going to be fine there because I think this pass rush and the linebacker core is better than it was last year, in regards to the way that they want to attack opposing offenses. So I think definitely he's going to be just fine. And again, a lot of this is on Burrow. I think he's hurt. It looked like on the sidelines he still was having problems with his wrists. He couldn't hold the water bottle. These are all things that have been lingering for him. And it wasn't particularly good off season. And then all this just distractions. The Chase contract. I mean, all these things factor in, but when you look at the Chiefs, they don't care about any of that. They don't care about the noise. They're just going to go out there and play football. So whether Joe Burrow throws a single pass to Watson's side, it makes no difference. Watson will be ready, and he's made some big plays for this team in the past, including a big play against Joe Burrow's in the AFC title game last year. So I trust Spags. If he thinks he's the 2 and can handle it, it's good enough for me.
And I looked at it in the preseason. I had to look back at it because he was just coming off an injury. But the Baltimore games, he did have a good game. The turnaround, knock around pass on Flowers. Flowers didn't get off that much, or the wide receivers didn't get off that much unless they went up against the linebackers. But other than that, man, hey, Watson is that quarterback number 2. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking to see what else he can do on this Sunday coming up against these Bengals. Because, everybody, Dre's out here putting out these Bengals, things, and the Bengals going to do this, the Bengals going to do that. But, hey, it doesn't matter, at the end of the day, like you said.
And why doesn't it matter? And why doesn't it matter, sir? Let me know. Why doesn't it matter?
It doesn't matter because, we got Patrick Mahomes out there doing his thing, sir. So it doesn't matter. When it's all said,
we're talking defense, sir. We're talking defense. We ain't talking what Patrick Mahomes can do. We're talking about specs and that defense, sir.
Out there. You put that offense out there. So, Let me see what you said. Somebody got the lawnmower going. Yep, Lou
I
on
ain't
Lou's
over
side.
there, man.
Lou said, "Hey, I can't mind about my neighbors. The neighbors out here cut the grass, and we got to cut grass every single day." But Nick Bolton,
So, do you believe in the secondary, sir? Do you believe in the Chiefs secondary?
I do. I really do. I believe they can turn it around. But like you said about Nick Bolton, what's your take on Nick Bolton this upcoming game, Lou?
Well, just what we were saying before. I mean, are they going to find ways to isolate him? I don't know. I don't know if Zach Moss is really that guy. They may, try to force him to cover a tight end. It'll be interesting to see the way that Spags really attacks it. If it turns into it's like a big problem. All of a sudden, if he's in coverage and they're just beating it to death for play after play after play, you might see some changes made. They'll probably come out how they normally do, whatever the plan is, and then adjust from there. But if you're the Bengals, you would say, hey, if we can get a mismatch, doesn't matter where it is or who it is, we're going to go after it. Mm-hmm. Chiefs will do the same thing on the other side. So we'll see. Again, we know that's not his strength. I don't think the Chiefs expect him to be great in coverage. So every game's going to be different. And what we need him for and what he does for the defense, that's us. We're concerned with the way we play. And if they want to try to isolate him and so forth, we'll make adjustments and figure out how to combat that. But it's a tough thing when you are that guy getting picked on, right? Because everybody sees it, everybody knows it's coming, and it's just a fact of life with him playing middle linebacker.
Yeah, and I think the Chief. I mean, he's still not 100%. He was injured last year. He was injured in during training camp. He didn't get any reps. In the preseason, and I think he's got a lot of talent. It's a contract year. They were really hammering trying to get something done, and he's asking for a lot of money. So he's putting more pressure on himself. He just needs to go back to be that player that just goes out there and makes plays. Now, he was asked to do a lot against the Ravens, and with Lamar Jackson scrambling, like I said, 7, 8, 9 seconds, it's absolutely nearly impossible for a linebacker to cover a tight end that long. So I'll give him a free pass game 1, game 2. Again, the Bengals don't have the tight ends that the Ravens do. So I think at the end of the day, give him 2-3 more games to kind of get back to being 100% and just go make the plays that we know he can make.
I got a question for you all. You guys watch the press conferences. Did you hear any of the press corps asking about Jaden Hicks?
I don't think so. No.
Nobody said a word.
Isn't that like the most curious thing? I mean, you would think that would be like one of the first questions. And like I said earlier, I think maybe tomorrow you've got the coordinators up. I'm guessing somebody is going to ask Spags because it just seems to. It was like the elephant in the room, right? Mm-hmm. You would think he would be like the perfect spy for Lamar, or what.
It would have been.
I would like to hear the response, because it just seemed like, not that he would have played 50 snaps, but even 10, just the first game. Let's get him out there. Let's see how he handles it.
I think Jaden Hicks should be out there in the first place. Just put him in there. He has to be a part of that defense. He's going to have to, because he showed a lot in the preseason. He's a hitter. He's a stud, and he can cover. He can cover some, man. But you got to put him out there, man. You got to put him out there. Got to.
That was shocking to me. I don't know. Did he play special teams? Any special teams?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he plays the special teams, but that was a shocker to me too. I was looking for it. I was like, okay, Jaden Hicks, the guy, all training camp was showing flashes. Tyrann Matthews talking highly of him. Everybody's talking highly of him all season. Let's see what he can do. Put him out there.
Well, I guess when I see, go ahead.
When I see Nick Bolton getting beat in coverage, I would at least like, okay, let's put the rookie in, put him on his tight end, and see what he can do. It's the worst case scenario. He can learn from his mistakes, just like like you do with the rookies. Get them out there, you see what they can do. And I think Jaden Hicks needs that shot. And I think he's gonna have this shot this game.
Look at Brian Urlacher. Remember Brian Urlacher played safety. He was converted into playing linebacker, right?
Well, you're talking about it like a Hall of Famer now. It's
don't let Bo say he glazed
a little bit.
Bo glazing the dude.
The only thing I can think of is that they're. I mean, we keep saying preseason and this guy did this and all this crap. Right. Whatever they were running in the preseason is all vanilla, very simple stuff. And they said from the beginning, we're putting a lot on this kid, just giving him, because he's playing different positions in the defense and so forth. Yeah. And maybe they didn't feel that he was quite ready to take on that role in the first game. But again, I still say you got to give him some role for a few plays, take those first NFL hits, see, if he can make a play or two just to kind of keep his confidence up. Now, in terms of just throw him on the tight end, now it's almost like you're playing a box and one. It really doesn't work that way. He would have to come in. Now you put him in at middle linebacker. Will they still run the same plays? Probably not. So it's not that simple as, hey, we'll just match up, just put him on the tight end. I don't know that they're. I think
in sub packages you should use him in sub packages, man, like nickel packages. Bring him down, lay him.
They will. I'm just curious what the deal was last week, and
because Lamar, they should have, because like I said, he had the speed. Put him out there, and like I said, in packages and whatnot, let him play spy a little bit with Lamar. Cover likely. I feel like they could have did a whole lot more with him, even though the Chiefs did win the game. They could have did a whole lot more with Hicks out there, man. Be more of a versatile enforcer. So
what you guys say, Nick?
Well, I mean, he's arguably. He has so much upside and so much potential.
And the word.
When Brett Veach talked about him in the press conference, I mean, he had that shit grin on his face, like, we got one. We got ourselves a real player here. And, I think the expectations were really high. And I just think they were afraid to put him out there against the Ravens because they didn't want the rookie to get beat. And then people are going to say, well, why did they have, Nick Bolton in there? I mean, obviously could have gone both ways, and give Lamar Jackson credit. He made some incredible plays with his feet and buying time. But for me, this kid needs to play, and he needs to start getting some reps. And maybe this weekend against the Bengals, is his opportunity to, take maybe 10 or 15 defensive snaps. And I think you just ease into him, kind of like what they did with Watson a little bit. And, what they've done with some of their other young secondary guys and their young linebackers. So I think it's important that he sees action and he gets his feet wet. Certainly if he doesn't play in this game, I think the Atlanta Falcons might be a better matchup for him with his speed, with the turf. The fact that they're struggling offensively, it might be a good time to see what he can do. But, again, Spags is a master. He knows what he's doing. And I just think they were afraid to put him out there because of the wild card of Lamar Jackson. I don't think they thought he was ready for it, and they were probably right.
I'm just hoping somebody in the press corps even just approaches it.
No, I doubt it.
But looking at also a guy that's it did. I thought it would use more on Thursday night was Najee Johnson. He coming off an injury. They worked him in good on the special teams, but I would like to see him in that more of that nickel role. Put put McDuffie on the outside on Chase. So we're gonna see. I can't wait. I can't wait for this game. I want to see, what these younger guys can do. You got to put more. You got to put them out there.
Absolutely. Next man up, guys. Like I told me, both talked about that before the show. It's about even on with the Bengals side, man. Higgins ain't playing. I want to see what Andre can do. I want to see what the guys they got now, what they can do. That's how you build camaraderie and build depth in your team. It's like with the Chiefs. You want to see what Najee can do, bro. I want to see what Hicks can do. You know what I'm saying? We know what Watson been the Chiefs for a little bit. We want to know what these guys can do on the big stage. You know what I'm saying? Are you ready for the pressure? And I do want to see Hicks, though. I do want to see Hicks on the field this game Sunday. I want to see what can Hicks do. So I'm rooting for the young man. I do want to see him on the field. But hey, we'll see, man.
So what you guys say about Najee, Lou?
Again, just like the others, I like him. last camp, he was really trending towards, getting some opportunities last year. Then he got hurt. So that kind of slowed him down. And it seemed like it slowed him down through this camp as well. But, again, his name was in the ring. There's only so many snaps to go around. And typically with the corners, I mean, unless there's an issue, you're going to stick with those top three guys. I mean, unless, you're playing a team that's got like 4 top end wide receivers, will you throw another corner in there? So yeah, you might see him work in a little bit. Like if somebody gets dinged up on a play, he might come in here and there. But you've got Shamari Connor as well that they really, really like, and he did it on the field every opportunity he had last year. So you gotta earn it. And all these guys, I think, are good enough. You just got to get that opportunity. Once they get that opportunity, then you got to take it and run with it. So we may see him. I think there's a better chance of seeing more Hicks than Najee at this point on defense.
Most definitely.
Yeah, I think they want to make sure he's 100%. He's dealt with injuries, obviously. Had a couple he dealt with this year already. Even though he was medically cleared to start training camp. And I think, again, it's just the Chiefs going to bring these guys along slowly. They think they can count on because, they have to get ready for, November, December, and January football. And that's when they want everything humming. And this gives them, opportunity with the way I think the schedule kind of has changed a little bit of what we thought it was going to be after the Chiefs beat the Ravens, the next 3 or 4 games, and certainly through the bye week until they come back and have to go to San Francisco to play the 49ers. The Chiefs have some room, I think, to work guys into the back end of the defense and get them up to speed and get them to learn some of the things that, they've been teaching them since the OTAs and mini camps and training camp. So I like Najee a lot. He's overcome so much, and you can't help but root for guys like that. And you sit there and go, okay, you want this kid to be successful. You want him to have the opportunity. He just needs to go out there and play, but he's got to get hit. He's got to go through the process. He's got to make sure he can get up and keep playing to the next play. And I think that might be one of the reasons why I think that they're being conservative with him at this point and just letting him do special teams.
Yeah, and I mean, he's an ace special teamer. Dave Tobe would be the first one to tell you that. And just watching the games, I mean, he's usually the first one down. So he's a very, very important to this team. Marmar, is that a newbie in the?
I think Marmar's a new person, so he's made a couple comments today.
Welcome to the what are we? Is it used to be Chief Blitzers?
The Blitzers,
the Glazers.
I still say that bringing the house through. Marmar, that's you.
You and I are gonna have to have a serious conversation at some point.
So listen though, Kareem said, Dre, I guarantee you a pick 6 this week, right? So you think Joe Burrow is gonna throw a pick 6? Sir?
All right, here, okay, Kareem, here it is. I'm gonna offer you an opportunity. You are 2-0 in the Chiefs Who. You want to make a bet with Andre that if you lose, then you will lose one of your week win. If Andre is correct, let's see. You're going to have to wear something that Kareem says you are to wear on the show, with taste, of course. So I think that would be a fair bet. Come on, Kareem, think about it. We still got time before the show ends to mull it over.
The Odell stat line is he's killing it on Lululemon. He's killing it.
I ain't gonna speak on that one, man. Hey, I don't know what OBJ doing right now.
Kareem, you got to think about what you want Andre to do, and if he accepts, then we'll officially make the deal.
So we're gonna get at the last other defense topics. Is this the breakout year for Leo? Leo is a guy that I really like. You know what I mean? He used to wear the death row on the arms. I don't know if he wears it no more. But the kid is big. He physically plays DN. He was a spy on Lamar Jackson last game. This guy, I feel like, is probably the best linebacker the Chiefs have. You know what I mean? He's virtual. He can do it all. So what you got to say about that, Lou?
Leo's a tremendous athlete. And he's another one of these guys. I don't know if it's because they come from Wisconsin or what it is, but TJ Watt coming out. I mean, I'm not saying that Leo's going to be TJ Watt, but I mean, coming out was not as this highly regarded, I mean, as good as he is right now.
Right.
Andrew Van Ginkel, another one of these guys, he was at Miami making plays all over the place. I think he was undrafted, and now he's getting big money from Minnesota. Pick 6, which was one of the more athletic plays you'll see against Daniel Jones. Picks off the screen and takes it for pick 6. Leo might just be another one of these Wisconsin guys that gets overlooked, but he is highly athletic. He can play just about anywhere. They can, linebacker. They can put him at D end. He can cover. He's a dude, man. I mean, he's going to be really good, and I'm just really excited for his future. And more opportunities he gets, the more plays he's going to make, and I can't wait for it.
I think Leo's good. I think Leo does some good things too. It's still early in the season. I ain't gonna put him the best linebacker yet, Bo. Dang, you glazing this dude already.
He's saying the best linebacker on the team.
That's what I'm saying. I know I'm talking on the team. Are we forgetting about Tranquil, man? Like, are we forgetting about
he's the best linebacker. Man? Nick know that. That's why Nick ain't trying to say it. Nick, he's the best linebacker.
He is the most complete linebacker they have in regards to being able to rush the passer, being a spy to the quarterback, tackling. He's a good cover guy. He's great against the run. He played his tail off, chasing Lamar around a few times. And there were a couple of plays where he just took out who's the tackle for Stanley. He just took him out. He just laid him on his tailbone and he just ran right through him. So I think the 3 linebackers, when they're playing together in good football, are great. And that's because Leo has kind of taken that role, that allowed them to get rid of Willie Gay. And he's far more versatile than Willie Gay. Willie Gay only played like 20% of the defensive snaps. So, and Leo played, I think, virtually the entire game. So I think the Chiefs in a good position, but I loved him coming out of college. I thought the Chiefs got a steal. He was one of my favorite picks from 2 years ago. He works hard. Spags loves him. He's got a great linebacker coach. Everybody trusts him, and he goes out there and makes plays. And he did, one of the biggest plays in the Super Bowl, blocking that extra point that changed the complete trajectory of that game and allowed the Chiefs to, go to overtime. And that can't be forgotten. So he kind of does it all. And right now he's probably the most complete linebacker. You got to remember in college too, he was asked to line up outside and go after the quarterback. So, that's something the Chiefs have not asked him really to do at this point, though he has done some blitzing. So, I think as he grows more comfortable in the defense, you can expect even bigger things. But he's going to have a breakout season, and good for him.
Well, listen. Virginia said the disrespect of Bowden, right? Everybody disrespecting Bowden, man. Like, what's up, man?
We're not disrespecting him.
What's going on now? Bowden, he got some limitations. I get that, but we can't knock the fact that he's a good middle linebacker and such. As far as controlling the run, he can get after the quarterback. Hey, everybody got Achilles heel.
When it's all said and done, when the ink touch the paper, Leo is the best linebacker on his team.
When the shoes on the foot,
because he can rush the passer. He can cover the tight ends. He can be a spy. He got the speed to be a spy on a quarterback, of a mobile quarterback, and also he can knock down passes. That touchdown, that was a big knock.
That was a touchdown.
It was wide open. The Leo Chanel saves the day. Now,
okay. So
I play with him a lot on Madden. Dre knows that. He chase down. Leo Chanel.
That's pretty much. I think that's pretty much the key to everything. Who does Hense use in Madden?
Who does Hense use in Madden? That's probably what it is.
That's our analytic tool.
I'll be playing Mango too. Mango, our game will be live on this show, sir.
But as far as Nick Bolton goes, we're maybe a little bit prisoner of the moment. He had some difficulties in that game, but you can't discount what he's done in a short period of time for this team. The plays he's made in Super Bowls. So yeah, I'm not going to disrespect Bolton. These are just two different types of players. They're just different types of players.
Now, if he have a breakout year, do you feel like the Chiefs will look at it as more okay? Do we, I know it's between Trey Smith and Nick Bolton right at this point of who's gonna get that contract between those two. If he
I
have
don't think it's either. I don't think it's either or. I mean,
close
that's
the deal.
two different. They
I don't
got
think
two
it's-
different guys. Two different.
Yeah,
sizes of ball.
Chanel will get a tranquil type of contract. That's the best he's going to get.
No, I think he's gonna have a better year than that.
Well, but I don't think at the position, and what he does,
I mean, this is his first. I mean, he's had one game where he was a full-time starter.
Right.
He played a lot during the run last year up to the Super Bowl, so that kind of set him up for this. So let's see what that breakout year looks like and what how much money we can equate to that. The only thing with Bolton is you don't typically spend a lot of money in your linebacking core, especially the way this team is set up.
Nope.
I mean, the defense is built almost like the old Colts when they had Peyton Manning. It was a pass rushing unit, so you could run on them a little bit, but typically they were set up to play from ahead, right? Yeah. So you want pass rushers, you want people that can cover, so that thumper isn't as valuable. So, if he decides to go for as much money as he can get, now speaking of Nick Bolton, it would probably be elsewhere.
Right.
That's just business. That's just the business that says nothing about him personally or how good a player he is. It just, that's not the way this team is built. So, So in terms, and then the other one, then you talk about Trey Smith. He's, depending on who you talk to, I'm sure I don't know the way Veach looks at it, but he's like a top 5 player at his position. That's a little bit different. He's protecting the franchise. So that's that's a no contest if you're looking at it one against the other.
So, but speaking of getting paid, it's one man that's getting paid on the show, and he's getting his face everywhere. That's Mr. Eric Haynes. Go ahead.
Let's talk about my good friend, Mr. Eric Haynes with the Eric Haynes Group. If you're looking for someone that can help you navigate through the waters in regards to buying or selling a house in the greater Kansas City metropolitan area, hey, even if you're outside the area and you're in a listening view of the Four Guys in the Bar podcast, he's got a lot of associates around the country that can help you. So give him a call today, 816-729-3785. You can email him at esalescasey@gmail.com.
Proud sponsor of the Kareem Invitational.
At the Kareem, and another proud sponsor. We might have to change the name of Chiefs Who. Emily Athan, my amazing, incredible wife. If you're looking for health coverage, whether you're individual, whether you're self-employed, a business owner, or part of a family, makes no difference. She can help you out if you're on an ACA plan, maybe you're on an employer plan, maybe you want to get out of those options and find something better. She's got access to a nationwide plan. So give her a call today at 913-215-9086.
Emily.
Nikki loves
Emily. Nikki loves Emily. You see how it flows a little bit, guys? You see how it flows? I'm getting there.
It flows. So then, Dre, ask yourself, why don't I do it every time?
Because I wait for the right moment to come in. I'm trying to wait for the tune. I'm waiting for the right.
And before we close out, guys, we got a show that's happening on Friday, and you guys better be there because it's the Bengals week. And nobody can talk more Bengals week than me and Coach Dre. All right, man. Hey, we here in Waldo area, Kansas City, with Coach Dre. What's the name of this bar again?
Man,
Socials. We down here with Social. Shout out the sponsor, Nick, yourself and everything. But looking at the Bengals game, man, Joe Burrow looked at Chase didn't play all preseason, all practice as that much. And the Bengals lost to the Patriots. As the Cube predicted, but we are looking for that game against the Bengals coming up pretty soon. Hey, Bengals are 0-1. The Chiefs are 0. We 1-0. So this is going to be a best thing for the Chiefs to get up on the AFC in the AFC conference.
Well, honestly, no. I think Burrow will come out there. JB gonna go out there.
So if you've seen the video on social media, go ahead and give a shout out there.
The boys in the wild.
That's right.
Nothing like it. Dre, you got the Cardinals hat, a Panthers jersey. What? I don't know what's happening there. What are we doing? What
Oh, it was Cardinal. It was a K1
was
jersey.
it a Cardinals jersey? Okay.
Jersey.
I couldn't see it. You're wearing a jacket on top of it. You got to put that thing out there. Put your chest out proudly.
Your ass. Yeah.
So what was the name of the place again?
Socials.
Socials.
Yeah.
So thank you very much to the management to let these guys first let them come in, and then secondly let them pop off about whatever they were saying.
That's right.
We got to work on those mics though. That is kind of small, right?
They're there. They're
the
ones that compact that carry out. You can't walk around with a big old bike.
I got you.
So with that said, man, go over and give a shout out to all our people that joined in.
We got Ruben, we got Marmar, Virginia, Dad Vet. Let's see.
Virginia bringing the heat today.
Virginia bringing the heat today.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
Yeah. So John Harrison as well. John did mention something along the lines that the Rubik's Cube was 3.2 seconds. So appreciate all you guys. Please subscribe. Please tell all your friends to subscribe. Great show today, guys. We'll be back on Friday with our new time, 1:30 Central Time. And we'll break down the Chiefs and the Cincinnati Bengals. Everybody have a great couple of days.
Let's go, man. The Who Dey Nation got we here.
Back out.